By 2030, industries in the world's oceans are expected to contribute over $3 trillion to the global economy. In 2015, for the first time ever, the United Nations released a major sustainability goal dedicated to the oceans. We know that oceans are critically important to economies and communities all over the world, but we also know that oceans are facing bigger threats today than ever before in history. Plastic pollution, sea level rise, overfishing. These words, these problems, are becoming all too familiar. When it comes to managing the oceans and their resources, we are in desperate need of a good plan that can lead us to sustainability. I study a process called marine spatial planning. This process helps us to make decisions about when, where, and how we use the oceans to make sure that society benefits and the oceans are still protected. This process is intended to bring together social, ecological, and economic objectives into a single planning space. In theory, a marine spatial plan should be integrated across ocean sectors. It should be adaptive to change, and it should make use of management tools from multiple ocean industries like fisheries and offshore energy. But in practice, these theoretical principles of marine spatial planning aren't often reflected in the plans we create. In 10 years of marine spatial planning, we are still struggling to get the process and the plans right. By understanding the different ways that marine spatial plans make use of these theoretical principles, my research can help us to make better plans that meet more objectives that can get us to these big sustainability goals. My research analyzes the last decade of marine spatial planning in Europe and North America. In my work, I join these case studies with policy analyses, scientific evidence, and accounts from real experts to understand marine spatial planning in practice and how we make its theoretical potential a reality. I'm building a picture of what marine spatial planning should look like to get us to sustainability. Marine spatial planners need this guidance, and that is my hope in my research, to provide some much needed guidance to get us from these theoretical principles to its actual reality. And marine spatial planning still holds the same potential that it did 10 years ago. We just need to figure out how to get there. And whether you crave that salty seaweed air like I do or not, you are impacted by the oceans. Oceans join our economy, our communities, our cultures together all over the world. And a healthy, productive, and sustainable ocean is within grasp. All we need is a good plan. Thank you.